When did you have to teach adults basic common sense? My 7-year-old got kicked out of his after-school program for disrupting other children's learning. When I got the call at work, I thought maybe he'd been too loud during quiet time. When I picked him up, he was sitting alone in the hallway, crying. What happened, buddy? I kept telling Miss Luna that fire alarms mean we have to leave, but she said to ignore it because it was probably just a drill. My stomach dropped. There was a fire alarm? Yeah. It kept beeping really loud for a long time. All the kids were getting scared and covering their ears. Baylor started crying because the sound hurt, but Miss Luna made us keep doing our math worksheets. And then, what happened? I stood up and told everyone we need to go outside like they taught us in school. I said fire alarms mean danger and we can't ignore them, but she got really mad at me. What did she say? She said I was being defiant and disrupting the class. She made me sit in the corner and said if I spoke again, she'd call you. But Dad, you always told me fire alarms aren't suggestions. I felt my blood pressure rising. How long did the alarm go on? Forever. Maybe like 10 minutes? Eleanor was crying too because it was so loud. I asked Miss Luna 3 times if we could go outside, but she kept shushing me. I called the program director immediately. You removed my son for following basic fire safety protocol. Your child was extremely argumentative and refused to follow staff instructions, she said curtly. Miss Luna determined it was a false alarm, but your son kept disrupting the other children by insisting they leave. How exactly did she determine it was a false alarm? Well, it eventually stopped on its own. Maintenance probably fixed whatever was wrong. Ma'am, fire alarms require immediate evacuation regardless of whether staff think it's real or not. That's literally federal law. Our teacher has been with us for 15 years. She knows what she's doing. Your son needs to learn to trust adult authority. Adult authority doesn't override fire safety codes. You're being dramatic. Nothing happened. I hung up, furious, and immediately called the fire marshal's office. I need to report a facility that ignored fire alarms with children present, I told the dispatcher. The next morning, I took a personal day and walked into that building with Fire Inspector Coleman. We need to discuss yesterday's incident, I told the director. Her confident demeanor evaporated when she saw the inspector's badge. According to your incident report, Fire Inspector Coleman said, pulling out his clipboard, staff kept 30 children ages 5 to 10 in the building during an active fire alarm for approximately 12 minutes. It was clearly malfunctioning equipment. Ma'am, that's not a determination your staff can make. When an alarm sounds, evacuation is mandatory. No exceptions. But we have drills all the time. Scheduled drills are announced in advance. This was an unscheduled alarm, which means you treat it as a real emergency until fire department confirms otherwise. The director looked panicked. Surely there's